Women's independence left men without purpose. Controlling women gives men purpose.
You cannot control a woman. You can only guide her. Any woman who doesn't listen to you when you advise her or tell her the right thing to do is a girl who you shouldn't take seriously. That's a woman who shouldn't be in your life. That's a woman who will consistently stress you. A good woman who wants you will be ready to make the necessary positive adjustment to keep you in her life. When you are trying to control a woman, it means she's reluctant to these positive adaptations, and this causes friction. If she's not trying to solve these issues by behaving accordingly, it means she's tired of you. You are stressing her.
With women's independence, men can't be providers and protectors anymore as they used to be. Men usually paraded themselves as the main providers and the protectors in the home, in a family, in a relationship. These days, women are making money, women are providing for themselves, and women are also protecting themselves. So it makes men feel useless. Men see sex as conquest, but with feminism, women have become bolder up to the point that you can easily see a woman walk up to a man and ask the man if the man would want to have sex. Even if the man might give in and have sex with the woman, a lot of men are not happy with things like that. They want to be the ones chasing women. They want to be the ones jumping the hurdle before having the sex. It's a game to them. It's fun to them. Women have taken away that fun. Women have taken away the game. They play with sex, seeing sex as a conquest, seeing women as people they need to conquer. Women have taken that away from them by making sex easily available. According to men, women have made sex so easy to obtain, and that has made it lose its meaning, resulting in a lot of men losing interest in sex.
Having sex with multiple women for validation of your self-confidence makes you a weak man.
Right.
Okay? There's a lot of men that be trying to have sex with a lot of women just for validation, and he's weak, he's insecure, and he really needs to do some soul searching to understand where his values are and his core values are. You know what I'm saying?
Slippery slope.
But what I'm saying is having sex with women because you just desire and you truly have that appetite is different.
Have you ever given a high five to a homeboy who recently f***ed a new girl?
All the time.
Then you're part of the problem.
But I don't know. But the thing is, I don't know his intentions.
His intentions was your high five, bro.
No. But if I high five him, am I high fiving him because
you knocked her down, or is it because I know you liked her and you
because you're seeking validation from? In my mind, I'm not.
You're people pleasing.
Yeah, well, not people. You know.
I just want to say.
No, you're not people pleasing.
Let me tell women one unfair thing men do. They beg for sex, and when you give in, they despise you for it.
Yeah.
True. You pressure for it. And when you give in, they take you to be cheap.
Yes.
They wanted to see what it takes to overcome your defenses.
Why do men lose interest after going to Bangtown? Welcome to the Daddy Academy. So obviously this doesn't always happen, but it does happen sometimes. And the reason would be is that he just perceived you as, someone who he's interested in, finds attractive, but more of a conquest as opposed to a woman that he was extremely interested in seriously dating, for a relationship.
Feminism has made men lose control over women. Feminism is a pain to patriarchy and the system. They are looking for ways. They are working hard day and night, looking for ways to gain back control. Let's look into how they used marriage to deceive women. Let's look at the promises patriarchy made to men. They promised to give men, women, and babies that will carry on their legacy and lineage.
But a part of patriarchy, or the contract that men sign when they decide to uphold patriarchy, is that they were going to be guaranteed a wife and a baby to carry on their legacy. Now, when the woman will not give them a wife, which is indentured servant, and a baby, which is a legacy, these men are not getting the benefits of patriarchy, and it's all your fault. Remember, whoever controls the female anatomy controls the existence of humanity. So when women have too much power over their anatomy, men no longer get to control the narrative. And if they can't control the narrative, they can't control the legacies or the future of the world. So you're telling me the original reason why marriage was created is so men can have access to our assets and increase his, and now men with no assets are going to shame me for not wanting to get married? Marriage just sounds like women's slavery. And when you really think about it, marriage has never brought softness or femininity for a woman. It's only brought labor for a woman and status for a man. And it seems to me that women who don't have to take care of a man or labor for a man seems more feminine. They seem softer. And that could be just because they have more time on their hands to take care of themselves and they're not taking care of another person. I understand women back in the day had to get married because men set up a system where if they weren't married, they wouldn't have access to basic needs like food, water, and shelter. But now, it just seems like a traditional system that needs to be either altered or completely done away with, because all it's doing is putting women in very dangerous situations. So you're telling me I'm going to get married not for financial gain, not for status, not for safety, but to decrease my life, to increase my chances of domestic violence, to possibly have a child out of force instead of out of want? And I'm not shaming anyone who wants to get married. I possibly will be married one day. But it does sound like the original marriage contract was just a slave contract designated for women.
The patriarchy marriage is different from the regular marriage. Am I right to call it regular marriage? Okay, to me, they have two types of marriages, the patriarchy marriage and the other one. The other marriage, I mean the partnership marriage, the one you get into a partnership with your significant other, and to both of you, it's a teamwork. Nobody is a slave, nobody is a master. With a patriarchy marriage, men view women as the slaves. Men are the masters and women are the slaves. And to them, they bought the slave. They own the slave. They own women. Paying bride price to them is like buying the woman to most men. And they just bought a slave that will do their labor for them, their house chores for them. A slave that will do their domestic work for them. That's the mindset of a lot of men that are in the patriarchy system. A lot of men that are involved in the patriarchy type of marriage. I've always said that it's important for you to understand the mindset of the man you're dating. What does marriage mean to him? How does he view marriage? Does he view marriage as a slave and master relationship, or does he view marriage as a partnership? It's very important, because if you yourself see marriage as partnership and you are with someone that sees marriage as a slave and master relationship, there's obviously going to be an issue. So it's very important for you to know exactly how your partner or how your significant other views marriage before getting into a marriage contract with the person. Men are giving up in marriage because there's really nothing in there for them anymore. The promises made by the patriarchy system to men when they get married to women are no longer there, because women are depriving men of those promises that they were supposed to get, those benefits they were supposed to get with marriage. Women are refusing to give birth. Women are going child free. Women are refusing to let men control them. Women are earning their own money. So men are frustrated. Men are refusing to work. A lot of men are refusing to work as they used to work before, because women are not providers. Before, men would easily say, I'm a provider. I need to go to work because I need to provide for this my slave so she can give in, so she can give me her body and give me babies to carry on my legacy and my lineage. But these days, women are providing for themselves. So men have lost interest in working. Men have lost interest in getting a job. Men have lost interest in even getting educated, because in the past, men were really into education, because with education you get employment. In the past, things have changed these days. But men, what's the point? Women are getting educated. Women are not giving us access. There's really nothing in there for us in marriage. So why should I get educated? Why? Why should I get employed? Why?
I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. The real reason the modern man does not want to work is because his paycheck no longer gives him complete power and control over women. Back in the day, males were guaranteed a live-in punching bag, nanny, and bang maid because women weren't allowed to work, own income, or have credit. Now that women can work and no longer have to rely on men for income, now that their paycheck no longer gives them a family to lord over at home, they're not interested in even earning a paycheck. And even though they try to lie and say it's the economy, it's this, it's that, it's not. It was always about access to female fertility and power and control over us. They no longer want to work because working no longer gives them complete power and control over women. It does not matter what kind of man you think you have. You can bet your bottom dollar that as soon as y'all get into that house together, he's going to expect that you are his unpaid house help. It does not matter what kind of man that you believe that you have. These men expect you to be in the house waiting on them hand and foot, to do the laundry, the cooking, the cleaning. They also want you to get pregnant, carry a child for 10 months, birth the child, immediately go back to work so you can help provide your half of the rent and utilities, which is more like 80 or 90% of all of the household bills and necessities after you really total it. Then they're going to want you to raise the kids by yourself. If you ask them for help, they're going to give you attitude and say you're the mom and men don't really know how to do these things and I'll wait until he joins the football team. They expect so much for nothing. And that is why if you are a woman, you need to know that marriage is a work contract. There's nothing in the contract about love. It is a work contract for you. And that is why these men marry y'all, because they want you to be their housemaid for the rest of your life.
I made a video 2 months ago thereabout. I will link that video at the end of this video. In that video, I spoke about why men get married. Men don't get married because they love you. They have exceptions. Generally, men don't get married because they love you. Men don't do things if there's no purpose, if there's no gain for them, if there's no benefit for them. No, they wouldn't get into that. Men are focused. Men are driven. They know what they want and they need to gain from it. Men get married for what they're going to gain from it. When it comes to marriage, they remove emotions and they clear their eyes to see what is in there for them. You would see a man getting married to a woman that he does not like, he hates. He needs her to be his domestic slave, his labor woman. He needs her to cook, clean for him. He's after her services. He does not care about her. Even those that pretend to care, look deep into it. They are looking forward to you carrying out your domestic services. They're looking forward to you being domesticated. They have expectations from you in that regard. So men are very intentional when it comes to marriage. They know what they're looking for. They know what they want. They all want one thing. A woman that's going to baby them. A woman that's going to be their slave. A woman that's going to clean up after them. Cook for them. Feminism has destroyed their plans. Men are devastated. The patriarchal system is devastated. Men are staying single. Men are refusing to get married. Because there's really nothing in marriage anymore. Women are woke.
They are not trying to be traditional men. They're trying to be traditional slave owners. That's why it's 4B, 4G. Sprinkle, sprinkle, drizzle, drizzle. When they signed up for patriarchy, they didn't sign up to argue with their property. Shame and embarrassment have always been tools used to keep people in line. They do it with religion. They do it with the military. They do it with government.
Women are refusing to become the slave in relationships and marriages. Women are asking for partnership. If you're not willing to be a partner in this marriage, I'm not doing the marriage with you. I'm not doing the relationship with you. Men are refusing to live up to that. Men are refusing to be responsible. Women are done with their BS. Now it's a struggle. They'd rather be by themselves and cry than fix their bad behavior. So now, what are they doing? They've devised a means of shaming women with age, shaming women with marriage, shaming women with childbearing, shaming women with a whole lot of things. So women can give in. The patriarchy system is desperately looking for ways and means to subjugate women in order to restore men's life. They are doing so by forcing women to marry down, forcing women to stay in relationships that are not serving them, forcing women to stay with men that have bad behaviors, forcing women to stay pregnant even when they don't want to be pregnant, forcing women to give birth even when they don't want to give birth.
Messing with an independent woman is a very dangerous game to play, and I don't recommend everybody do it because the first impression means a lot more to her than it does to you. And when I say first impression, I'm not talking about the first time y'all meet each other and how y'all bond. I'm talking about the first time she asks you to do something. If you fuck up, I promise you will never have access to that woman again. Independent woman is very hard on herself because most of the time she's not only delivering for herself, she's also showing up for other people. So she gotta hold herself to this very high standard. And as a man, if you come through saying that you can lighten her load and you fuck up the very first time, you can't really blame her for getting rid of you. When a woman is independent, it's very hard for them to give their responsibilities to somebody else because their entire life, if they wanted shit done correctly, they did it themselves. So if they trust you with doing something for them, you need to show up and you need to do it the right way. I'm saying that to say, when you meet a woman and she's better off without you and she then gives you opportunities to show up for her, you need to look at all of those as privileges because I promise you, if you show up for them when they need you to, you'll be around for a very long time, my boy. Show up and do shit the right way the first time. Message.
Let me tell you something. These men go into these marriages knowing right off the bat they're gonna cheat on your ass. And baby, they start off cheating because a lot of them be doing the do at their bachelor parties. No condom. The main demographic of men in my DMs trying to fly me out, send me money, asking me for pics, those are people's husbands. The main demographic of men on dating apps, those are people's husbands. So along with the little, hopefully your wedding band is real, hopefully your wedding ring is real, along with that fake ass ring, you've also gotten yourself a fake ass promise of fidelity. Because I guarantee you most husbands cheat or have cheated. And that's just facts.
When I told you guys about the lies men tell on women just to shame women, to make women to give in, you thought I was lying. When I told you guys about reasons why men get married, why men marry women they hate, some of you thought I was lying. If you would love to watch such videos and know more on that, check out the videos you're seeing on your screen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.